Hello everyone, welcome. So we are coming to the part 2 of chemical equation. We have already discussed what is chemical equation, which is there in my previous video. So in this part of chemical equation, we will learn the first thing is how to write an equation. So write an equation, or I can say how to frame an equation. That is first thing we'll learn. Second thing is balancing an equation. So we will go ahead in various methods of balancing chemical equations. These are the two things that I'll discuss in this video. All right. So coming to the video. Okay. Now, if I say about any chemical equation, I said you, what is chemical equation? When there is some few substances, they are forming a product. So that is when I say a chemical equation is taking place. So let me give you a very simple chemical equation where I say, I'll put it here. I say it in this form. Carbon, I'll put reacts with oxygen to form carbon dioxide. So I'm putting it this way. Carbon reacts with oxygen to form carbon dioxide. So how do I write this? So what are my reactants? My reactant is carbon and oxygen. So when I say carbon reacts with oxygen to form carbon dioxide. So this is my equation. Carbon reacts with oxygen to form carbon dioxide. So a next one, I can always say another one. If I say magnesium burns in air to form its oxide. So I've again written an equation in a different form. So again, what do I do here? This is magnesium. How do I say magnesium? Magnesium. When it burns in air, it means it's burning in oxygen. To form what? Magnesium oxide. Right? So this is how I write a equation. Okay? So there are different reactions. If I say in this case, who are my reactants? To say my reactants are carbon and oxygen. And what is my product? Carbon dioxide. In this case, who are my reactant? My reactant is magnesium and oxygen. Magnesium is Mg, oxygen is O2. Again, I'm using the molecular formula. Okay. Product here is what? Magnesium oxide. Okay. So this is magnesium oxide. So these are the various reactants, various products that we will give. So once I go ahead, I have written this reaction. Now it is the time, if I see here, then I see this equation is not balanced. I have one carbon this side one carbon this side. I have two oxygens here. I have two oxygens here. That means this equation is balanced, right? What about this equation, magnesium oxide? See, if I talk about magnesium, I have one magnesium in the reactant, one magnesium is a product. But if I say oxygen, there are two oxygen here. Here is one oxygen. So I put here two, I put here two. So here it is very easy for you to understand. So two magnesium. So now this becomes what? Magnesium also becomes two. Here also magnesium becomes two. Oxygen is two. And here two into oxygen, it becomes two. So right. So this is how I balance equation. Now I'll be going ahead and writing few equations and we will balance it together. All right? Okay. So let me take the first equation. I have taken a few equations here. I'll write down the equation. So the first equation is zinc plus H2SO4. That's a sulfuric acid, which gives zinc sulfate plus hydrogen. So what did I say? Each and every one, I'll write it here. This is zinc. This is sulfuric acid. This is zinc sulfate. And this is hydrogen. Now, what I'll go ahead if I'll show you a way to balance this equation. So first and foremost, there is reactant. And here I have the product. So I'll take each and every element. First element is zinc. How many is there in reactant? 1. In product, 1. Now if I come to hydrogen, in reactant, how many I have? H2. So I have 2 here. Here also I have 2 hydrogen. So 2 here. Coming to sulfur. Sulfur 1 in reactant, 1 in product. Oxygen. 4 in reactant, 4 in product. So you see reactant and product, I have the same number. So I can say that this equation is balanced. So to balance, if I have to write the balance equation, I'll write zinc plus H2SO4, which gives zinc sulfate plus hydrogen. Okay. Now, the same way, I will try and balance the next equation. So what is my next equation? My next equation is this. Fe plus H2O, which is giving Fe3O4 ferric oxide plus hydrogen. So this is iron, which reacts with water, or in this case it's moisture, to give ferric oxide and hydrogen. Hydrogen gas is released. So how do I go ahead balancing it? Again, the same thing is what I'll do. I have reactant and I have in the product side, there are 2 sides I have. And now what will I do? I'll take iron. How many is there in the reactant? 1. And how many in the product? 3. If I take hydrogen in the reactant 2 and product 2. If I take about oxygen, reactant I have 1. At product side I have So how will I go ahead when I say reactant and product is not the same? Now in this case, what will I do? With the reactant of iron, as product I have 3, I can multiply 3. When I multiply 3 here, where will I write the 3? I'll write the 3 over here, in front of iron. So as Fe is alone in the product, I can have into 3 here. Now what is happening? H and O, this in the reactant is a group. Whereas this both is a group. Sorry, not this both. This both is a group, right? So this both, iron and oxygen is in a group in the product, right? Fe3O4, you cannot divide it. Fe3O4 is going together, right? So that is way. So now if I say, if Fe3 is happening, 3 iron, so 3 iron, 3 iron. But what is happening here? 4 oxygen in the product, 1 oxygen in the reactant. So what will happen? With both of these, there will be a into 4. Into 4 would mean what? Hydrogen will become 8 and oxygen will become 4. Right? That is when this is 4. Right? Now, if hydrogen becomes 8, what will happen to this? Here, hydrogen is 2. So, 2 into how much is 8? Into 4. So, 4. So, this is what my balanced equation will look like. This is one way of balancing the equation. All right. There is another way of balancing the equation, if I have to say. So I am telling you another way of balancing the equation. Okay. So method 2. In method 2, what will we do? So first method I told, you can take the reactant, you can take the product and balance the equation. Third method, the next method, what will we do? Iron, I have here 1. And here what is happening? Iron is 3, right? So what will be it? The iron will be 1/3. Iron will be 1/3. I am not writing it on the top, right? Hydrogen here 2, here 2. Oxygen is here 1 and here 4. So what will happen? This will become 1/4. Right? This will become 1/4. Right? So this will be the condition of my reaction that will take place. All right. Now, what will I do? So first, I'll balance the equation with respect to iron. So if it is 1/3 iron, that means I have to multiply the whole equation. Wherever iron is there, I have to multiply it with 3. Wherever iron. So I have an iron here. So it becomes 3Fe plus H2O gives Fe3O4 plus H2. Right? Next, what did I say? Oxygen. Another thing that I have noted is oxygen. So oxygen means here I have to have 1/4. What did I do? For oxygen, I did 1/4. So wherever oxygen is there, here I have 1 oxygen. So hence, what will I do? Again, LCM. So 3Fe. Now oxygen, that means 4H2O, will give Fe3O4 plus hydrogen. So as hydrogen is combined with 4, again if I check on this, hydrogen is combined with 4, the next step will be 3Fe plus, if hydrogen has 4, 4 into 2, 8 hydrogen here. So here it will be what? Here it will be, I will have 2. So this will be 1/8. 1 hydrogen is 1/8. So this will be 1 by 4, 1 by 8 into 2, which is 1 by 4. So now, if I have to balance, then what will I do? This will become 4H2O, which will be Fe3O4 plus 4 hydrogen. So now you see, I have the equation in this way, right? The same equation that I have in this way. This is one way when I can just balance each element separately and go ahead. And there is a very easy way of solving the equation. Method 3. So I will use method 3. This is, see, when I used earlier, I used the method 1. So I use method 1 to be in tabular format. Method 2, how did I do? It is based on element. I am balancing each element in every step. And there is another method 3. So we will be doing method 3 now. All right? Sure. So in method 3, what do we have? I'm writing this equation. Fe plus H2O gives Fe3O4 plus H2. Now, what will I do? I use alphabets or variables A, B, C, and D. So, now how do I have? For iron, what can I write? A is equal to this 3C, right? For hydrogen, what will I write? 2B is equal to 2D, right? And for oxygen, what will I write? B is equal to 4C. So see, I have got 3 equations. So I'll try and solve these equations. From here, how will I solve this equation? If you check this equation, from this equation, I'll get B is equal to D, right? So this is my equation where I get B is equal to D. Now, B is equal to 4C. That means B is equal to D, which is equal to 4C. And what is A? A is equal to 3C. A is equal to 3C. Right? A is equal to 3C. If A is equal to 3C, that means what is the value of A? What is the value of A that I will have to find out? All right. So when B is equal to D, I should get one value, right? I should get one value, right? Now, if I consider any value here, assume any value here, I can get the other equations, right? I can get the other equations. Fine? Okay. Now, say if I consider the value of this C to be 1. So if I say let C is equal to 1, then what is happening? Then B is equal to 1. Sorry. So I have B is equal to D is equal to 4C, which is equal to 4 into 1, right? So B is equal to 4, D is equal to 4. And what is happening to A? A is equal to 3 into 1, which is 3. Let us check it. If I replace A as 3, B as 4, D as 4, and C as 1. Now, we have it here. We have 3 Fe plus 4H2O, which gives me Fe3O4 plus 4H2. See if the equation is balanced or not. 3 iron, 8, 8, 4 oxygen, 4 oxygen. So see, this is again an easy way. So this is by using the method of algebraic expressions. We have studied algebraic expressions. And then these are the 3 methods in which I can easily change I can easily balance the equation. So there are various ways of balancing the equation. However, I personally find this method 3 to be quite easy for students who have started balancing the equation. So I'll be solving one more equation is all the 3 methods simultaneously. And then after that, we will solve few more equations. You can try in any method that you want. Here I have just taken these 3 equations from NCERT. So I will be solving these 3 equations. So the first equation I'll solve in, I'll use all the 3 methods, method 1, method 2, and method 3. Right? So I will be solving the equation. Method 1, first for this, I need to write this equation. So first I'll take up this equation that I have. Okay, so hydrogen plus chlorine gives hydrogen chloride. Fine. So this is my equation. So first method, what did I say? I'll take the reactant side, I'll take the product side, and I'll balance it. Right? For hydrogen, how many in reactant? There are 2. Product, there is 1. For chlorine also, reactant, there is 2. Product, there is 1. So anyway, again, this both are together. So this, if I multiply with 2, it balances with the product. So in this, I have H2 plus Cl2 gives 2HCl. Okay. This is method 1. Now, if I come to method 2. Now, coming to method 2, what is this? How did I tell we'll do it? We will take per reactant. So, if I have H2 plus Cl2 gives HCl, that means if I start with hydrogen first, what will I say? Reactant has 1, product has 2. So, for hydrogen, what did I do? Into half. Now, I am multiplying on either side. So, if I do into half, the whole reactant is being multiplied with 2. The whole reactant, I'm taking the LCM. So, I'm multiplying 2 thoroughly. Or if I have to say, what I'm doing is I'm balancing. So, for hydrogen, I'm doing for hydrogen. So, H2 plus Cl2 gives 2HCl. Now, when I say 2HCl, now taking for chlorine. Chlorine, I have 2 here. Chlorine, I have 2 here. So, I am getting this as balanced equation, right? Now, going into the final method here, what did I do? So, what did I use? What will I use? I'll use some variable A, B, and C. So, what 2A for hydrogen I have? 2A is equal to C. Here I have 2B is equal to C. This is for chlorine, right? So now if I consider C is equal to 1. So what will be? in this case, if I consider C is equal to 1, what is my value of A? A is equal to C by 2, which is half. What happens B? B is equal to C by 2 again, which is half. Okay? Now, in this case, as I have considered C is equal to 1, in this case, what will I do? I will have it as half H2 plus half Cl2, which gives HCl. Now again, if I multiply 2 on both the sides, I will have H2 plus Cl2 gives 2HCl. Just in this case, I told you, if I assume a wrong variable or another variable, also the solution is solvable. Again, in this case, if I would have considered A is equal to 1, then what will happen? If A was 1, then what will be C? 2, right? And here, as 2A is equal to C, 2B is equal to C, I of course have A equal to B, right? So if A equal to B, this is 1, then I can easily have this H2 plus Cl2 is equal, gives to HCl. I could have easily had this reaction. I'll do the same in all the 3 methods for another equation also, okay? So what is the next reaction I have? I'll take the next reaction as barium chloride plus aluminum sulfate, barium sulfate plus aluminum chloride. So what is barium chloride? BaCl2 plus aluminum sulfate is Al2SO4 thrice, which gives barium sulfate. So barium sulfate plus aluminum chloride, right? Aluminum chloride. Okay, so we'll start balancing the equation. First, I'll use method 1. So method 1, what is it? I have a reactant, I have a product. So if I take the first reactant, barium. Barium in reactant it is 1, product it is 1. What about chlorine? Reactant it is 2, product it is 3. Aluminum, reactant it is 2, product it is 1. Sulfur, again 3 into 1, this is how I do, 3 into 1, so 3, and product it is 1. Oxygen, again 4 into 3, 12, and product it is 4. Now I'll check this. Barium, it's okay. Chlorine, what will I do? I have to multiply here with 3 and here with 2. That is when it will get balanced. If I multiply chlorine here, then I have to multiply in barium also 3. And if I multiply chlorine in the product 2, I have to multiply in aluminum also into 2. So what happens? This became 6. This became 6. Barium became 3. Aluminum became 4. So barium became 3 means what? If barium is 3, if I'm multiplying here also with 3, then this is getting multiplied with 3. So barium, sulfur also got multiplied with 3, and oxygen also got multiplied with 3. Right? So this 3 matched, this 6 matched. So 3 into 1, 3, and 4 into 3, 12. Now what happens to aluminum? Aluminum here is 2 and here is, I've already multiplied with 2 here, right? Aluminum. So this became, this is 1 into 2, which is 2. So what did I do? Whenever I'm writing here, barium I have multiplied with 3. Hence you saw this. Then for that, what did I do? For that, aluminum sulfate, I have multiplied with, aluminum chloride in the product. I have multiplied with 2, right? And here, this barium sulfate I have multiplied with 3, right? Till now. Now say 3 and 3 got matched, 12 and 12 got matched. So what is my equation? In method 1, I have my equation as 3Ba, 3BaCl2, 3BaCl2 plus Al2SO4 twice gives 3BaSO4 plus 2AlCl3. Now what will I do? I will solve the equation using method 2. Now I'm using method 2. Now what is method 2? I will take each and every reactant and go ahead. So first I have the equation as BaCl2 plus Al2SO4 thrice gives BaSO4 plus AlCl3. Now I'm considering barium. See, barium on both sides is 1. Test passed. Now taking chlorine. This side it is 2. This side it is 3. So what is the LCM of 2 and 3? Which is 6. Now what will I have? What will I add here? What will I add here? See, if I would have done the same thing as I was telling you, if I would have put 1 by 3 here and 1 by 2 here, again, I'll have to take the LCM and 2. So it's the same thing. So 6. So to make 2 to 6, what will I do? So I will be putting 6 by 2 here. Fine. So in this side, I will be multiplying 2 to make it 6. I'll require 3 here. So I will have 3BaCl2 plus Al2SO4 thrice gives BaSO4 plus, here to make it 6, I require 2AlCl3. All right. This. Next, what did I see? I know that barium has got changed, but again, I'm noting it down. Next, I'm going to the next reactant, aluminum. Again, or if I do barium also here, I can see 3 barium. Hence, here I have barium. So here it will be, I have to multiply 3 here. Because barium is 3 here, I have to multiply barium also here 3. So this is becoming step 1. My next step would be what? 3BaCl2 plus Al2SO4 thrice will give me 3BaSO4 plus 2AlCl3. Barium got solved, right? Next, coming to second. Aluminium, I have 2 here. And here, how many do I have? 2 here. So, aluminium is solved. Sulfur, how much do I have? 3 here. What about sulfur? 3 here. Sulfur solved. Oxygen, 4 into 3, 12 I have. Oxygen, how much do I have? 4 into 3, 12. So, this becomes my balanced equation. So, method 1, method 2. Now, I will be coming to method 3. Here, what did I have? I said you barium chloride plus aluminum sulfate gives barium sulfate plus aluminum chloride. All right. Now, what did I say? In method 3, Okay, take this color. Put here A, put here B, put here C, and put here D. So now for barium, what will I have? For barium, I will have it as A is equal to C. For chlorine, what will I have? 2A is equal to 3D. Then I will have, for aluminum, it is 2B is equal to T. What about sulfur? I will have 3B, again sulfur into 3. 3B is equal to C. For oxygen, what will I have? 12B is equal to, here oxygen is 4C, right? So in this case, what will I do? I can consider anything to be 1 as such. Before that, if I say, if I just reduce down this equation, A is equal to C. You see, A is equal to C. So 2A is equal to 3D, which is again equal to 2C. Again, 2B is equal to D. If 2B is D, then this equation is equal to, okay, now herein, if 2B is equal to D, so this is the value of D. So 3B is equal to C. So 3B is, that means this is equal to A as well. 12B is equal to 4C. That means if I say 3B is equal to C, again 3B is equal to C, that I get here. Fine. So if I consider here any A or C to be 1, or if I say 3B is equal to C is equal to A, and how will I get D? D here, it is said that 3D is equal to 2C, right? So now 3B is equal to C, which is equal to A, and to get C, C is equal to, from here I get C is equal to 3B. Okay, if I have to get D here, D is here. So if I have to get D is equal to 2B, right? D is equal to 2B. So this is another equation. So I can easily consider B is equal to 1. So what will I get? What is the value of A, B, C, and D? I have considered 1. So B, if I consider D is equal to 2B, D is equal to 2 into 1, which is equal to 2, right? Now, going into another equation, 2B is equal to D. So, 2B is equal to D, I have got it. If I consider C, 3B, C is equal to 3B, C is equal to 3B, that means 3 into 1, which is 3. And here I have got A is equal to C. That means A is equal to 3. So the equation, I'll have it as 3BaCl2 plus Al2 SO4 thrice gives Ba 3BaSO4 plus D is 2AlCl3. You can see the equation would be balanced. So method 3 is quite easy for us to do. So using method 3, we will be going ahead and solving few more equations in the consecutive videos. Thank you. And before we leave, the last one remains your homework. Sodium plus water gives sodium hydroxide plus hydrogen. Okay, so that is your homework. Try ahead and give the answer of the equation. And also let me know which method did you follow. Thank you.